It's not how you start the race, it's how you finish it. So many times that you make trip in the beginning of the race and you let yourself down and you don't want to get back up. Or in the middle of the race, you let yourself down and you don't want to get back and you're already defeated. But a true warrior does is they will finish the race strong. They'll forget about the fall downs in the beginning of the race and the middle of the race. But you finish strong. And anything you do in life, you just finish strong. No one remembers how you started the race. It's how you finish it. What's up, guys? My name is LapelCrank. I currently work at the Atlantic Club downtown in Red Bank. What got me into personal training? One day I was hitting the heavy bag, and one of my friends had asked me, was I interested in teaching any classes? So I basically said, how much? And he told me it's like $35. And I said, to teach boxing classes? So it was a no-brainer for me. Once I taught the first class, I fell in love with it. And this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, is to help people and teach people what I love to do too as well. My favorite part about being a trainer or group fitness instructor is I have a gift. And I know when I train or teach a class that I'm giving a gift to everybody that I surround myself with. That's my favorite part, is that I can share my gift with everybody else. The ab jabber is a multi-punching device that I invented. Through all the years of training, I realized that there are certain needs for people. All the years that I've been teaching classes, I developed a product that will suit the needs of many people in regards to fitness, in regards to boxing, functional training. And initially it was to sit up and you punch the ab jabber. So you do a sit up and then you punch, but it became a lot more, and that's what the ab jabber is. Became an inventor. I think I was always an inventor. I used to get Christmas gifts, and what I used to do was my mom used to give me like cars and trucks, and I used to take them apart. So she would come in, and it would just be wheels and chassis and stuff, and again, I don't know why, but for some reason I had to see how things worked. I was intrigued by that. Who helped me influence and shape me? I have three names. Three names. One, God. One is God. I've learned a lot from God. It's defined my character and who I am. Two is my father. He was an entrepreneur. He was definitely a hard-working man, and he worked hard. He definitely worked hard. He was his own man. I seen this man hustle, and he used to say hustle, hustle, hustle when I used to go to work with him. Actually started shoveling ice. Let's just say sixth grade. When I was in sixth grade, I started shoveling ice, and I used to make cash then. So I learned the value of money and working hard. If I work hard and I shoveled more ice for the trucks, I was gaining. I was having more money in my pocket. Three, Jordan, all day, every day. It's inspired me. I never seen a man that wanted to win more than Michael Jordan. So it wasn't how he did it, is what he did to be like that. And that mentality, like, I'm going to win, and it didn't matter where I was at, who I was going against, win, 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 that whole mentality. So those are three people: God, my dad, and Michael Jordan. My life-changing physical illness by far was the hardest thing that I went through in my life. I didn't know that I had a tumor the size of a tangerine that was in my brain. So, you know, you wake up one day and you go running, and it's something that you love, and you can't do it anymore. You go to the doctors and they say, it's your back, which is fine. So I worked on that. And you feel your body deteriorate slowly. And that's what exactly was happening. Every minute of the day, I felt that I was dying. It was the worst feeling in the world to know that you're not getting better and everything that you're currently doing isn't helping. So I think that right there, going through that whole process of not knowing what I was going through on a daily basis was hard in itself. I think there's different levels of this story, but the hardship started when I started having symptoms. The brain tumor has influenced my life in many ways. It took my confidence away as a person. I consider myself very confident, but it literally snatched my confidence away. It took me years. It took me years to come back to training. It's something I love to do. It also took me from teaching, being around people. It was extremely hard. Influenced it a lot. It hurt. It hurt because I love training. In order for me to come back, I had to dig deep because I had to accept the new version of myself. That was the hardest part, accepting the new version of myself. One day I woke up and I did it. I called the gym. I got certified. I called the gym and said I was ready to come back. But that was the hardest part. Was accepting the new version of myself so I can teach. I teach different. I use cues. I can't do all the movements, but I can cue. I teach boxing. I teach HIIT classes. I teach anything I can now. But it all comes back to accepting the new version of myself. And that's how I was able to overcome it. If I had to tell my grandkids something, if I have to tell my grandkids something, this is what it would be. You're born great. You're born to do greatness in your life. There is nothing you can't do. Once again, there's nothing you can't do. You're an eagle. You fly high and you aim for the sky. All I gotta say is, I forgot what I was gonna say. That's it.
You go.
All I have to say is, I set the limit. I set the bar. I want all my kids. I want my great grandkids, the great 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 grandkids, to achieve more than what I have achieved. And hopefully, when God calls me, the bar is set so high, they have to work their butts off to achieve it. Because all of them are full of born with greatness.